Country roads take me home. Who else is excited as me? To the place I belong. All together, West Virginia. Mountain mama, take me home. I am not late, Jimmy. Country roads take me home. I am right on time. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this live broadcast of Bethesda's big E3 announcement. We have no idea what they're going to be talking about. Well, we have a slight idea of what they're going to be talking about. They're going to be talking about Fallout 76, of course. And they'll be talking about Rage 2, I'm sure. And if we take a look at their description for their live stream, they do say that they've got some secrets. I, for one, am really excited about what these secrets might be. I've just been here in Fallout New Vegas shooting some footage in preparation for a series that I'm doing on my way to Cottonwood Cove. Left-hand corner, that is the live stream right now. You're not missing anything. Basically, Bethesda started their live stream at about 5:30 Pacific time, my time, and all they've been doing is showing Twitter highlights and playing music in the background. So nothing's going to happen for another 30 minutes or so. So if you're watching the recording, the replay of this live stream, I am live right now, but if you're watching the recording, you may want to skip 30 minutes into the future if you're just here for the news, which you can watch in a replay as if you were live today. But for those of you who are in the stream right now, we've got some exciting stuff. Thank you, brand new... Oh, I got an alt-tab out of this. Thank you, brand new sponsor, Gray Mortality. Pleasure to have you on the program. Lurch says, thanks for all you do, Oxhorn. Sorry it's not much. I hope it helps. Well, thank you very much for the tip. Also wishing you good luck for your move. Congratulations. Thank you very much. Yes, I got a big move ahead of me. Lizard King with a wonderful tip says, Mutant Gorilla Hype. We'll be getting into all of that. Bob Hunt says, Fallout 76 Hype. I'm glad to watch this live with the best YouTuber. Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Bombicus says, the bearded man is never late. Those who arrive before him are early. I like the way you think. And Christian with a wonderful tip says, uber excited. Now, I'm uber excited too. For those of you who missed it, I missed it. I didn't find out about it until I got home earlier today. Todd Howard sneaked in a brand new Fallout 76 gameplay trailer during the big Microsoft Xbox announcement earlier today. I'm sad I missed that live, but I've got it here that we can watch in a replay. So for those who missed it, I put it in Premiere so that we can pause it. It's only a few minutes long, so I'm going to play it for you in case you missed it. Let's watch, and then we can talk about it.
How's everybody doing?
I'm going to light up while he's
it's
talking.
Great to see everybody again. You know, actually, the Bethesda event is a few hours right after this across the street. And Phil said to me, I'm having a few friends over. Why don't you stop by? And look, I know Phil is really, really charming, but damn, he's got a lot of friends. And the good news is, you're our friends too. We've had an incredible 16-year history with Xbox, going all the way back to the original with Morrowind.
Thank you for the tip, Mr. Junk
Now
Muck.
backwards compatible. And that goes all the way to bringing mods to consoles with Fallout 4. And now, we are bringing the Fallout universe to Xbox Game Pass with Fallout 4 launching today. And hey, since we're here, we thought we'd give all of you an exclusive
here it is.
World premiere first look at Fallout 76.
Gameplay trailer, all right? Exciting stuff. Gameplay footage. We'll go through it all
Yes,
together.
Fallout 76 is a prequel to all the other games, and it is our biggest one yet. It is 4 times the size of Fallout 4. Set in the hills of West Virginia,
4 times.
you are one of the first to emerge into an untamed and very different wasteland.
Thanks for the tip, Dark Seraph. Thanks for sponsoring Josh Edwards. All right, here we go. Pay close attention. This is Mountain Roads, piano version in the background. Nice touch.
100 years after our great nation began, we gathered together to honor the completion of Vault 76. This sprawling underground shelter may have been engineered by Vault Tech, but it was built by you. So that if the bombs do come, our way of life will endure.
Almost heaven, West Virginia.
I love it.
Blue Ridge Mountain, Shenandoah River. Life is all there, older than the trees, younger than the mountains, blowing like the breeze. Country roads, take me home to the place I belong. West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home. Country roads, take me home.
For when the fighting is stopped and the fallout has settled, you must rebuild. Not just walls, not just buildings, but hearts and minds, and ultimately, America itself.
Country roads, take me home, country roads.
In Vault 76, our future begins.
Goosebumps much? I'm getting goosebumps all over the place. Well, in gentlemanly places. Colorful Snack says, with a $10 tip, Ox, the White House in the trailer is the Greenbrier Resort, which is on top of the Greenbrier bunker made to hold the government in nuclear war. Possibly where the Enclave came from in the East. I mean, I didn't think so. In a previous broadcast, I thought that wasn't likely. Because here, let me turn this back on. Sorry. Yeah, we haven't missed anything. Just because, of the Enclave oil rig. But, I mean, yeah, it's always possible. Thank you to the new sponsors, Badman and Bacon. I'm going to miss some of your texts and sponsorships, so I'm sorry. There's just so much going on. Ken says, been watching your content since college days. Keep up the good work. Thank you very much. Rusky says, is it just me or does Power Armor look different? A little form-fitting, and the walking animation is smoother. Well, this gives us an opportunity to kind of dive right into this, to go over some of the initial things that we saw. I'm not going to do a big, let's dissect the trailer thing. I figure we could do that now instead of making a special video on it. But some of the special things that we see is clearly this guy, a United States infantry person in a full suit of T-51B power armor watching the bombs drop. Look at that, it says U.S. Army property, no trespassing. If he is in West Virginia right now, which presumably he is because a Vault 76 survivor loots his armor, then that means that the bombs dropped. What is he witnessing right now? He's witnessing at least 3 bombs drop, a nuclear strike, in or close to West Virginia. And then this is where he dies. Whereupon his body rests for 25 years. We saw all of this in the Vault 25, but check this out. Does this look like an irradiated wasteland to you? It doesn't to me. Look at this beautiful, lush vegetation. We've got the beautiful trees of West Virginia, an entire gorgeous, lush forest. And then here, what's this? A watchtower peeking up over the mist? What is this in the background? Are these structures created by people post-war, or is this some pre-war surviving skyscraper? I think that's a skyscraper off in the distance there. And then we get a nice Far Harbor vibe here. These are, I think that's even the Far Harbor barn tile set that's been retextured, or something similar to it. But they recreated some rural country village along the road. And then here's the corpse of the guy we saw die in the nuclear apocalypse 25 years ago in 2077. His body has long since rotted away. The only thing remaining is his body peeking out. And look at the shadows move around. Even the vegetation moves. This is giving us the indication that, he's been here for a very long time. Watch the grass grow. It changes color, the seasons, and then, of course, the shadows. So he's been there for 25 years before his body is rediscovered. This all looks like post-war stuff, though we do see a pre-war nuclear reactor off in the distance. And then what's that? Let's watch that in real time.
Like the breeze.
What is that? That's not a behemoth. That's not a super mutant. It's not a Deathclaw. I almost get centaur vibes from it. It looks humanoid. Looks like it's maybe some amalgam of humans come together. Is that FEV that did that? Turn off the audio. You don't like the audio when I'm scrubbing through? All right. I don't know how to do that, so sorry about that. Here, I'll mute it. I'll mute the track. Everyone is saying mutant gorilla. A mutant gorilla, some sort of Yao Guai? An abomination? It is certainly an abomination of some sort. But man, check it out. So we see that West Virginia didn't get spared. Look at all of this devastation. Maybe it's only parts of West Virginia that got spared. Maybe on the other side of the Appalachian Mountains or, I don't know, way up high in the hills. And then check out that plane. Is that just wreckage or can we fly? Right? I don't know. All complete speculation. Hey, really cool tip from Jeremiah. Thank you. Jeremiah says, staying within the theme of the trip, they've shown the state capitol, West Virginia University, Watauga Park, the New River Gorge Bridge, and the Greenbrier Resort. Also, Mothman. Yeah, we're going to get to that. So pumped to watch the reveal with the best Fallout. Oh, thank you. That's very nice. Monster Man Alex says, I hope that mutant is Bigfoot and the Man-Bat thing. I know. What is that? I live in West Virginia, says Annabelle. My friends have matched the places up to the video. I called the Greenbrier earlier, and they wondered why they got crazy busy all at once. Can't wait for this, says William. Could this mean that we've got some sort of aerial flight that in this? I mean, there's a Nuka-Cola sign right behind this plane. I don't know what kind of plane it is, but it's like, was it formerly a crop duster? But it has American insignia on there. You see that? It's got the American U.S. military star on the wing and then the American flag on the back. Now, this is really interesting. When I first saw this, my thought went to the Large Hadron Collider. Could they have been trying to split atoms in this thing? It's certainly been wrecked and horribly torn to pieces. But my gut instinct is that it has something to do with nuclear technology, but we don't really know. Though do note that this guy in the foreground is wearing clothing from Fallout 4. So one thing I've noticed in this trailer is it's extremely familiar. The landscape, or the models used, the clothing used, a lot of the wreckage is very familiar. So I think they're going to be relying a lot on the assets that they've already created for Fallout 4. Just simply reusing them and repurposing them for Fallout 76. But of course, brand new things as well, like whatever this big circular thing is. Vault-Tec celebrates the 300 years of America. Is that for the tricentennial? I believe that's some celebration for the tricentennial. Perhaps this is what we see as we walk out of Vault 76. Perhaps the vault is behind us as we arrive. There's this big sign that celebrates, Vault-Tec celebrates the tricentennial. Brandon says, love your channel, Oxhorn. You take such great care with your videos, and we all thank you for it. Thanks so much. Great content. Thank you very much, Brandon. Fleet Master Michael says, if you're in a valley, and it's a popular idea that the radiation will pass around the valley, so maybe we can build a nice country cottage. Maybe, as we learned from Honest Hearts when we arrive in Zion Valley, it's a beautiful, it's as it was left before the war. And the reason for that is explained in one of the survivalists' terminals. He said that it was filled with fallout for many, many years until a wind blew through the canyon and pushed all of the nuclear fallout out of it. So perhaps it was protected in some way, which can explain this lush and beautiful vegetation that we do see. And I, for one, am really glad about this. We explored a horrible apocalypse in Fallout 3. We explored the devastation of an apocalypse in Fallout 4 with some really nice touches. There were a few beautiful places in Fallout 4, but not nearly as lush and gorgeous as this. Then there's this guy, and here we see people walking by. What is this telling us? This person is not wearing a Vault uniform. Is this telling us that as time goes on, people have walked by not realizing what they were seeing? This even appears to be a Vault survivor. I think he's wearing a Vault 76 suit, wielding some sort of axe, but it isn't until this Vault dweller, wearing a 76 jumpsuit, walks by and sees it that he picks up the armor and dons it. I really like the fact that they went for the T-51 suit of power armor. I'm glad we're not seeing X-01. I'm glad we're not seeing Hellfire. I'm glad we're not seeing T-60. Because before the war, this was the pinnacle of armor that was worn. This is the suit of armor that was worn by United States troops as they were basically trying to quell revolts in big cities. So the people who were trying to restore order after pushing China out of Canada and North America, they came back home and patrolled the streets to put down urban riots. So this was the armor they would have been wearing, and it's what we find. A great little touch there. I'm glad they didn't choose something else. John says, keep up the great commentary with a wonderful tip. Thank you very much, John. Really excited for Fallout 76 reveal, both story-wise and gameplay-wise. Greatest of greetings from Norway. Well, thank you very much, good sir. Zach says, you're the man, Oxhorn. Love the content. Have for a couple of years now. Well, thank you so much for watching. Joshua Kelly says, I think the huge circular thing is a crashed space station, maybe? Like the International Space Station? Only crashed? Whoa, I hadn't even thought of that. It does look like a wreckage, doesn't it? Not like something that was built into the ground. It does kind of look like it fell from the sky. Especially if you take into consideration everything lying around it. What a cool place to explore. I can't wait. Then, okay, urban decay, urban exploration, and then what is that? What is that? I don't even know what that is. What is he doing? Is it on top of a corpse eating it? Is it, again, I'm getting centaur vibes from this thing. Will we get to see centaurs again? But what is that? There's a bit of a light, and in the background, like a West Virginian capital. Bungo says the mutant Genna and the ring bomb station may possibly be from Van Buren. Ooh. Are they going to be tying in stuff from Van Buren, which was, of course, it was the code name for Fallout 3 before it was canceled and then taken up by Bethesda, and then Bethesda went a completely different direction. Do you think we'll see some factions from before they got so big, says Mike? Anything could happen. My name is Jeff, says Generic Salad. Well, thank you very much for the tip. Anything could happen. I part of me hopes that we don't see factions that we've already seen. I really want to see new stuff. Oh, there's something on the TV, although it's upside down. Hold on.
With everything that we're about to show, it's about to look a lot brighter. During the course of this pre-show, we'll take a look back at our past showcases.
This is the pre-show.
Fondly recall some of the most memorable moments from last year, and get into some very recent announces that I know we are all super excited to learn more about tonight.
And remember, we are all over social media. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, probably Snapchat, I don't know.
Things we haven't heard of.
Things we haven't even heard of yet. So if you see something totally awesome and you just really want to share it, let us know what you think using the BE3 hashtag, and follow all the Bethesda channels to stay up to date on your favorite games.
And there are definitely some big surprises in store.
Okay, you know what? I don't want to get into the pre-show. I don't want to watch that right now. Doesn't look like they're really into the news yet. Okay, so we'll head back at 6:30, which is only in 10 minutes. So we'll skip the pre-show. We'll go back in 10 minutes to figure out what all of this is about. Yeah, it looks like they're just showing past highlights. So back to the trailer. Tony says, and this is a prequel. Is the ending going to be devastating as 3/4 show the world in worse shape? Quite possibly. Turn off captions, please. All right, I'll turn off the captions just for you when it comes back on. Heavy mining machinery may be necessary for rebuilding civilization. And again, some of those large towers in the background, they appear to be the same ones we saw earlier. Could those be forts that we'll be building as we rebuild America coming out of Vault 76? Now this excites me because it's not just going to be wilderness exploring. There will be some sort of downtown exploration. I recognize some of these assets used from downtown Boston, but there are others that I don't recognize. What's this elevated circle? Is this the remains of some sort of tube, some sort of transit system that went through whatever city this is? What is this? Watauga Estate. Watauga Estate. Can I make that bigger? Better than perfect. Watauga Estates, and that's a Mr. Handy. And I can't read some of it. It's just too low resolution. Is this a downtown city or maybe some sort of urban development that they were working on before the war? I know, I'm really excited to explore another city. One of my favorite parts about Fallout 4 was exploring downtown Boston. As buggy as it was gorgeously built, and I just love getting lost in the city. Awesome tip from Spencer. Says, I love your channel. Can't wait to see all the great videos about Fallout 76 coming soon. Yeah, I can't wait to make them. It's going to be great. The plane is a Stearman Model 75 trainer biplane with Army Air Corps insignia from around World War II. Says, pardon me, synthetic blinker fluid. And thank you for the new sponsorship, Bob Hunt. That's an excellent tip. I didn't know that. Steve Rush says, thanks for all the awesome content. You are one of the main reasons I started playing Fallout. Keep up the great work. First time donation. You rock. Thank you so much. Now, what is that? It's not a dragon. It has mammalian ears, or are those mammalian ears? It looks like a bat. It looks like a giant bat. But many have been saying Mothman. Because I think Mothman is some sort of urban legend in the West Virginia area. I don't know. I've never been there. But that's what I have been told. Is that what we are seeing here? Some sort of mutated Mothman? Or is it just a huge bat? It looks like a bat to me. Doesn't give me a reptilian vibe at all. It has little bat ears, little mouse ears. Yeah, the chat is going crazy on Mothman. You all think it's Mothman. All right. Maybe it is Mothman. I hope so. Ruined, derelict churches, and then the remains of this university. And it must have been sponsored by Vault Tech if we find a Vault Boy statue outside of it. No words, no text. We don't know exactly what this is, though I do recall a viewer telling me exactly what this was a moment ago, but I forgot. The circular thing has a rocket booster on it, says, and your name fell off the screen, says Keel. Necrotic Pixel says, having been born and raised in West Virginia, 76 fills my heart with joy. Also, thanks for the content. Love your lore videos. Thank you very much. And then this. Look at those protectrons walking around this garden. And look at that sentry bot off in the distance. This doesn't look like it's been touched by time, though. Look at this. Up in the top here, we do see a bit of rust and weathering at the top. So perhaps this is post-war. Though if it is post-war, it seems to have avoided most of the nuclear devastation. Shaky Bone says, thanks for streaming this, Ox. All of your content is amazing. Question, with all that mutated animals, are we going to be seeing more rad storms? Oh, I bet we'll be seeing some rad storms this early after the apocalypse. Thanks for the sponsorship, Jenna. I'm betting that we would see some rad storms there. Perhaps this is, so is this Greenbrier? Is this what you guys are talking about when you said Greenbrier? Could this be, maybe it is the Enclave remnants, or perhaps it's a smaller faction. Maybe the government of West Virginia has clung to life somehow over these past 25 years, operating out of this Greenbrier bunker. Or whatever it is this is. And then the Vault Dweller puts on his suit of armor. And it ends. All right. Cool stuff. It's starting in just a few minutes. In 8 minutes. Those are legs on the Flying Mothman. Those are frog legs on the Flying Mothman. Are they frog legs? I mean, they do look like frog legs, but they also kind of look like hamster legs. If you ever pick up a hamster which is a mammal similar to a mammal like a bat. Those bat wings are not reptilian, and they're definitely not insect. I mean, look at those wings. It has a vermilion. It's got a. It almost looks like skin. It looks like a bat, guys. It doesn't look like any sort of insect. But then again, Mothman. I mean, perhaps it's some sort of mutant amalgamation between a man and a moth, which would explain this sort of skin-like wings. Alex says, I think the 76 in Vault 76 is a reference to 1776, a reference to the beginning of a new country. Possibly, but I think it's more directly a reference to 2076, when the vault was established, 1 year before the bombs dropped, which was the tricentennial of America's founding in 1776. So, in one way, it is a reference to 1776, but more directly, it's the year the vault was established, 2076. Man, bear, pig, says Harold. Yeah, if South Park is to be believed. Maybe Mothman isn't an enemy, says Southpaw, but a companion. Big fan of the stream. Thank you very much. Matthew says, if you could make your ideal Fallout, what would it be? I'm not the one to ask. I mean, I love everything about everything we're seeing. I want to play this. This is what I want to play right now. I want to play Fallout 76. That's what I want to explore. Rescue says it may not be the Enclave, but if senators and congressmen fled there, they would probably feel some sense of entitlement to lead. And I think that's a really great instinct you have. Aku Soku says, I love your videos. I'll be smoking a barber pole in your honor tonight. I am flattered. Thank you very much. It's getting close to time. 5 minutes. What are they talking about right now? They're talking a lot about Rage 2. Looks like. Does this mean we're going to have to mine for resources in order to rebuild? Is that what this means? Do we find a bunch of pre-war mining equipment and we rebuild society using this mining equipment? Meet your new companion, Moth Meat, says Briar. That would be fun. The 10 Trio says, how are you this evening, my good sir? I'm doing very well, and I'm super excited. 12,000 viewers of this broadcast right now. Exciting stuff. Pleasure to have you all on right now. The pre-show is still going on. I'm really excited about rebuilding. If we could get some sort of machinery like this and mine for resources and build cities. But would that tie into some sort of multiplayer aspect? I don't know. And then there's that. That is an abomination if ever I saw one. Vellingham says, hey, Oxhorn, love your channel. So listen, if you had a job as a Vault Tech representative, how would you convince people to enlist in a Vault? Well, I'm glad I don't have a job as a Vault Tech representative because they practically worked as salesmen if the one we meet in Fallout 4 is anything to be believed, and it's not a job I'd enjoy having. Did you know West Virginia has volcanoes? Says Caleb. I think that's the part with the scene of the fireman mask with the modded axe.
Tonight.
Oh, for sure. We may have teased a couple new things, but we've always got some tricks up our sleeve. Let's take a look back at some of the biggest moments from our past showcases.
I thought something was starting.
Bethesda's first ever
2016.
2017 Bethesda E3 showcase.
Yeah, suddenly this is very different.
This game
Case as it was being built. With pretty much everything they could ever ask for, which must be why we have such incredible.
There we go. I was behind. Here we go. We're back.
But when the fighting is stopped
So they're replaying the Fallout 76 trailer.
Must rebuild.
I'll turn creative captions off. Closed captions off for you. Creative captions. Got the creation club on there.
Country roads, take me home, country roads.
In Vault 76, our future begins.
It says it's live. I'm not behind. I'm there.
Happy almost Reclamation Day, Abigail!
Aw, you too, Anne. And what do you think we're going to be learning about Fallout 76 tonight?
I don't think we need to speculate, because the showcase is just about to start.
All right, here we go.
That's right. It's finally time for us to say goodbye to you and let you get to the showcase
Yay.
you have all been waiting so patiently for.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us for the 2018 BE3 Showcase pre-show. Remember to use that BE3 hashtag to talk about the show and let us know what you think.
And if you're watching on Twitch tonight, you may notice a little something special.
There's a brand new Twitch extension featuring trivia and polls that could get you a free
Hey, Oxhorn,
Twitch
mind
drop. Just
mind
link
shouting
your
out to my friend
Bethesda
Nong
account
Vang,
to your Twitch account
aka
and load
Nong
up the extension
Chang.
and
He
you'll be
introduced me to your
eligible for
channel
the drop.
and the Fallout
Yay,
series.
free
Awesome
stuff.
content.
Yay!
Well, shout out
And
to
that's
Nong
it for
Chang.
us. Once again, I'm Ann Lewis.
And I'm Abigail
Seraphim
Tyson.
says Bat looks like
Enjoy the show.
a flying monster from the Metro games. It does indeed. Do you think the player was a firefighter before the bombs dropped, so that maybe the fire axe he has in the trailer was pre-war and it'll have special traits? Maybe. But here we go. Look at this. What is this? We've got a countdown. 20, 19. Oh man, I don't think I can do it. What's it gonna be? 11, 10, 9, 8. Is this that documentary? The no-clip documentary? I've been meaning to watch, by the way. I haven't had a chance to watch it.
We come from different backgrounds, from different countries. We have different interests and different points of view.
Sarah says Mothman may be related to alien lore, which is why
We
they
aren't
may
all
include
developers.
it.
But it takes all of us, every one of us, to make these games. A job we take very seriously.
All right, what do you got?
We try and break things and fix things that are broken. We keep the teams happy and fed. We keep our fans happy and on the edge of their seats. We keep the books balanced. Discover new talent.
EasyMail says it looks
And
like the
interact
Ring
with our
thing has an
community.
ArcJet G10 booster on it.
Most of all,
P.S. Love your
we work
content.
together as
You keep
old
me sane
friends
during paperwork.
and new.
Well, I'm glad that you can watch me during your
What unites us
mundane
is our
paperwork.
passion for games. Games as diverse as the people who make them and play them. We're not just living the dream, we're creating it. We are all Bethesda Softworks. How may I direct your call?
Aw.
You can start the show.
32-bit Mason says, hey Ox, the mining thing looks like it could be the skyscraper we saw from the hill in the background. If true, then we don't build it. You're the best. That's a good point. So we're going to get a lot of Fallout 76 stuff and then, of course, other Bethesda stuff. Will we be seeing more about Prey? Lewis says, Haux just became a patron. Here's to a new Fallout adventure. Thank you very much, Lewis. Love my patrons and subscribers. But the secret is out.
And now, please welcome Bethesda's Global Senior Vice President, Pete Hines.
What? It's Pete Hines. Hey, Petey. Stanley Cup, what?
Thank you. Thank you guys very much. You sound good. I love you too. You look good. You guys ready to go?
Yes, we're ready.
As Paula said, my name is Pete Hines, and I'm delighted to be back on stage for Bethesda's 4th annual E3 showcase. Now, we've got all kinds of surprises in store for you tonight, so whether you're here with us in the audience or you're one of the millions who are watching around the world,
take a bow.
Settle in, get ready for the very best in gaming.
Woo-hoo!
Our theme this year is Create, and it's a theme embraced by our 10 studios spread around the globe, the incredibly talented folks who make the Bethesda games that you'll soon be playing. But as you saw in our intro video, it's not just developers. Everyone at Bethesda is a part of the team that brings our games to life, and that extends to all of you, because we create the worlds, but you create your own adventures, stories, and experiences, and it's your passion for games that drives us every day to strive for excellence. The past year has been an exciting one for Bethesda as we released some of the best games of 2017. Games like Prey, Dishonored: Death of the Outsider, The Evil Within 2, Wolfenstein 2. We even released exciting updates for The Elder Scrolls Online. We brought full open world VR with Fallout 4 and Skyrim, plus Doom VFR, and we even released our first 2 games for the Nintendo Switch. So we were thrilled when Metacritic named us the top publisher in the industry with the highest overall review scores across all of our games. But tonight is about the future.
Yes.
We're here to show you where we're headed and the games that we're creating that you'll soon be playing, the worlds that you'll be inhabiting in the next year and beyond. So, we're starting with a game that we announced a few weeks ago to our friends at Walmart Canada. Perhaps best known for their low prices and ability to keep a secret. So let's get things started with a look at Rage 2.
Yeah, good job, Walmart. All right, let's check out Rage 2. We've been playing Rage 1 on my live show, so I'm enjoying it so far. Let's see where they'll take us next.
All right! My name's Andrew WK, and we came to party!
Okay.
Are you ready to rage? I said, are you ready to rage?
We're gonna hear a concert now.
What about you? You ready to rage? Are you ready to rage?
I'm ready to rage. Let's rage.
Let's have some fun!
Where's my scotch?
Come on, E3! We got ready to go!
All right, the scotch will get me through. I didn't have a glass. If you can't drink scotch from a bottle, but I did anyway. What is going on? What is this? I don't know who these people are. Is this band's name Rage? Is that the joke? Look at the audience. We're like... Okay, I get it. Is this like an in-house band? And they made a song just for Rage, the game? Because the lyrics sound a lot like the game. Bellingham says it's metal, Oxhorn, the greatest of all godly music. No, I love metal. This is not what I'm used to though. Like I don't know what this is. Is this a real band? Or is it like an in-house Bethesda band? That piano solo is just getting me. These guys in the audience. You see the guy in the teal polo shirt? All right. Yeah, rocking it. Woo! Good job, everybody. He's excited. I love seeing people who are excited. All right, that was great. All right, move next piece. What's next?
Let's give it up again for Andrew WK, the perfect song for Rage 2.
All right. Now I get it. I believe it.
Hi, everyone. My name is Tim Willits, and I am the studio director at id Software.
And I'm Magnus Nedfors, game director at Avalanche Studios.
And we're here to say that Rage is back.
Yay! Yay!
Now, we had a ton of crazy ideas when we started planning Rage 2. And we needed the right studio to bring our vision to life.
And what studio was that?
Now, we've admired the open
Bethesda?
world chaos in all of Avalanche Studios games.
Gamer
and
says
as we're about to
Andrew
show
WK
you,
has been around for
they
a while,
delivered
and this isn't
big
just
time.
for Rage. I see. Well, pardon my ignorance. I don't know much about music, so forgive me. Nathan says, have they done Fallout yet?
thank
No.
you, Tim.
If you're just now joining, you're not too late. Anyone going to say anything?
Yeah.
More awkward silence?
Well, speaking for everyone at Avalanche Studios, this is really a dream to come true for us. The world of Rage 2 is perfect for our style of gameplay. But even more exciting than that has been to work with these guys at id Software. These guys invented
Poor guy. He's
the
a little
first-person
nervous,
shooter.
which is understandable.
And they still make the best shooters out there. So it's been a really great collaboration to bring you the most insane open world shooter you have ever played.
So
right.
Rage 2 transports players into a dystopian future, devoid of society, law, and order.
I'm with you.
Now, you play as Walker, the last ranger of the wasteland. Now, you know, I can talk all night about our guns, the powers you'll use, the vehicle combat,
Okay,
and
name
of
the
course,
protagonist.
you know, the crazy open world. But I know that you are here to see the game. Well,
We're here
not
for Fallout,
only
but we'll see
do we
Rage 2
have
as well.
Rage 2 playable at our booth at E3,
Oh.
but we've got for you an extended look at the world and gameplay of Rage 2.
All right.
Let's check
I'm
it
excited.
out right now.
Yeah.
Hey, it's post-apocalyptic, you know, right up our alley. Let's take a look. See what happens.
Asteroid on a collision course with Earth.
Saw that in
Extinction
Rage 1.
event.
80% of the Earth's population dead.
God turned his back on humanity long ago. It wasn't a war. It wasn't global warming. It was a fucking asteroid. I was born in this shithole. Parents murdered, an orphan of this wasteland. An army of mutants killed everyone I ever loved. all that's left is hate, fear, and the need for survival. You see, part of growing up was watching everything get taken from me. I stood by, did nothing. And now, I'm the last ranger of this wasteland. And there's only one thing left to do!
Get angry? Or rage? One thing left to do is rage. Okay.
Hello, E3, and welcome to the world of Rage 2.
Pre-alpha.
In a moment, we'll dive headfirst into the Eden Spaceport mission, where Walker, our main protagonist, is out to find a rare artifact that will aid him in his quest to take down the Authority.
Did you see the moon? Holy cow.
Doctor, I'm approaching the Eden Space Center.
Ah, yes, I forgot to say. It might be overrun by bandits. The Goon Squad, to be precise. You must likely slay them first, before pulling down the ecopod from orbit and securing the untainted nanotrites therein.
Looks like they've vamped up vehicle warfare a bit compared to Rage 1. I'm so bad at driving vehicles in Rage. As you saw from my live stream on Thursday, I could barely keep it straight. So this will be a challenge if I decide to play it. Seamless open world.
Made it to the Space Center.
Keep your wits about you, Walker. The Goon Squad may look whimsical, laughable even, but believe me, behind their playful appearance, they are very, very dangerous.
Oh, what? You're not going to shake hands first? Ooh. Oh, interesting. As long as they give us plenty of ammunition.
Rocket, rocket, singing songs to the... It mounts on the wall. It's motion sensor activated. It's the Ruckus the Crusher talking acting, and it can be yours wild and flat. Rage.
What's that?
So goddamn fair!
I wonder if we'll see mutants again. Those mutants are tough. Oh!
Kill your way to the ecopod mission control of the 3rd floor.
I like this shotgun, I have to say. Ah, that's great. Ooh. See, I don't make very good use of the boomerang in Rage 1. I need to learn how to better use it.
Unauthorized personnel are no longer present. Threat has been nullified. Mr. President, welcome to Eden Ecopod mission.
Excellent. Now, look for the central computer. You will initiate the recall procedure for Eco 15, still in orbit.
Recall sequence approved. Beginning Ecopod recall. The Ecopod has landed
down.
without incident.
The Ecopod made it.
I know, and so does the Authority. Hurry, get the untainted nanotrites and get out. Also for you, there is an extra boon. Something that will make you a veritable superhero.
Elevator's still running. So far, so good. Looks like Ranger Walker's gonna get a bit of a boost today.
Oh, I see. So you gain new abilities by collecting nanotrites.
Just like the doc said. Authority units. Should be a problem. Holy shit!
Bellingham says, hey Oxhorn, did you know that Rage 1 had a novel available at Barnes & Noble? It was really good, and it gave the protagonist of the first game a real personality who cared for the characters you met in the game. I did not know that. I wonder if I can get my hands on it. Revolt says Rage 2, Fallout Raiders times 100. Things are so violent and moving so fast that the streaming resolution gets garbled.
From Bethesda Softworks, Christian Van Hoos.
How's it going, everybody? I'm Christian Van Hoos, the community manager for The Elder Scrolls Legends. For the past year, we have taken what I think is the best digital card game and made it even better.
Okay.
New cards, new modes, new ways to play, and much more.
Card game, all right.
But we wanted to push ourselves even further. So tonight, I'm thrilled to announce that we will soon be relaunching The Elder Scrolls Legends with brand new, totally overhauled visuals. I'm also very excited to let you all know that Legends will be available later this year on Nintendo Switch, Xbox One, and PlayStation 4. But there's no reason to wait to play the game.
Everybody
that Apple
asking
awarded
for Fallout
Best
76.
Of the Year in 2017.
You know they're going to save it for last.
Download The Elder Scrolls Legends for free and join me tonight.
I bet you they'll
on
save it
PC,
for last.
mobile, or tablet. And any progress you make in the game will be carried over to the console versions through your Bethesda Net account. And now, let's take a look at the future of
poor
Legends.
guy is a little
and see why this
uncomfortable.
isn't just my favorite card game.
Public speaking is
but
hard.
will soon be yours as well.
It's really hard. I can't blame him for being a little
It
nervous.
starts small. One game is all it takes. But Legends never stay simple. Never stay small. This is action. This is story. This is competition. This is easy to pick up. This is hard to put down. This is a 5-minute train ride. This is a 5-hour marathon. This is for any way you play. This is for anywhere you play. This is for strategy fans. This is for those who want magic at their fingertips.
I know all,
This
but
is for
we
those
got to
who
power
want
through
dragons
it.
at their command. This is
The
a
tasty
game
bit is
where
coming, all
legends
right?
are born.
We got to power through it.
This
We can do this.
is for you.
Fallout 76 awaits. We can be polite. All right. That was nice.
From ZeniMax Online Studios, Matt Fyrer.
Thank you. Thanks, everyone. I'm Matt Fyrer. I'm the game director on The Elder Scrolls Online. Thank you. Before I get started tonight, I just want to do a shout out. It was really great. We started the showcase tonight with the video highlighting the really talented people that work behind the scenes to make all of these great games possible.
Techno Squid says theory. Fallout 3 find dad. Fallout 4 find son.
So
Fallout
standing here on
76
stage, I'm representing a
find
whole lot of
sibling.
amazing people at ZeniMax
Really hope I'm
Online
wrong, he
Studios
says.
that I go to work with every day. It's a great honor and privilege.
Maybe. We don't know.
So
Find
I go to work with them
civilization.
every day, but at night, I go home, log into Elder Scrolls Online, and I get to play games with you guys, the best gaming community in online gaming. We are such big fans of what we do. We play the games just as, we make them, and we play them just as much as you guys do. It's what we do. So you might not know it, but we're right there alongside. I'm playing there with you. I'm running dungeons. I'm exploring Tamriel, questing, crafting, decorating my house, PvPing, stabbing. Yeah, that was me. And I'm really humbled to say that the Elder Scrolls Online community just keeps getting bigger. We're over 11 million players now. And over 1 million of those came in just the last year alone.
I've got a cigar, so I'm having a great time.
So last year was really great for us in a whole lot of ways. We were named MMO of the Year.
Stabbing. That was me.
For the 3rd straight year. We released Morrowind. A lot of great DLC, and just last week we released Somerset, the latest chapter in the Elder Scrolls Online. It's been received with great critical acclaim. Everyone loves it. You get to travel to the island home of the High Elves for the first time in 20 years. It's great for new players. If in the off chance you aren't playing Elder Scrolls Online, this is a great chance to jump in and play. And of course, all you veteran ESO fans are already there.
Hunter says, "Do you think aliens will return?"
We're not done there. We make DLC every quarter for chapters.
I think a small amount.
Content comes out so regularly for Elder Scrolls Online. We're already working on our great plans for next year. But before that, the next DLC coming out is a dungeon DLC named Wolf Hunter, based on werewolves. And later this year, we have a story DLC named Murkmire. We're going back to Blackmarsh. So you guys have all been asking for a deeper dive into Argonian lore and culture. You're going to see it later this year. So there's one theme that runs through all of the Elder Scrolls Online's content, and that is great storytelling. From the launch game through all the DLC and chapters, it's really, really what holds the game together. But it's not just the stories that we as developers create for you guys to experience. It's also the stories that you create together when you play this great virtual world.
Hey, thanks for sponsoring, Grant.
I'm going to leave you tonight with a video highlighting just some of the amazing stories and memorable characters that you'll meet on your ESO journey. Thanks,
Thomas
everyone.
says, could
See you in
Fallout
Tamriel.
76 have a limited multiplayer mode to let your friends explore with you? Pure speculation, we don't know. But I'm hoping if they do have multiplayer, it will have some sort of limited or optional functionality. But again, we don't know. But that's why we're all here. We're going to find out, hopefully. Let's find out together. But first, we got to see what this is. This is more ESO. It's a nasty elf. Any ESO players in the chat? My wife used to play. She had a good time, but it ultimately, she had a hard time finding things to do and the game later on. Midnight says, good game to the dude for standing in front of so many people and still keeping his cool. Yeah, I mean, public speaking is really hard. No need mocking these guys. It takes a lot of guts to get up there. More power to them. Dry Boy says, I'm so excited to learn more about the war with it being so close to when the bombs drop. Me too. And I'm hoping to get a lot of good lore like that. Monster Man says, all of these speakers make me feel nervous and stressed. Yeah, but we're not there. You know, sometimes we can get cringe. You know, we feel a little anxious for them, but, you know, they're getting paid for this. They walk away fine. It'll be all right. It'll be all right. Vic says, hey Oxhorn, I love the content. Just wanted to cue you in on Andrew WK. His songs are over the Rage trailers, and he voices Red Eye on Raider Radio. Really? I had no idea. Thank you for that. I have a deeper respect for the guy. That's really cool. Thank you. Okay, what's next? Doom? I'm guessing Doom? Looks like Doom. Whoa. Oh man, it's a snake worm. It's a demon snake worm. Hey, I recognize that suit. Josh says, "Hey Ox, I know it's post-divergence, but I hope to see a version of the Green Bank telescope. It's the world's largest fully steerable radio telescope." Yeah, I don't know. I mean, the
Thank
song
you.
itself, Country Roads,
Thanks so
was
much.
post-divergence too.
I'm Marty Stratton, executive producer of Doom Eternal.
And I'm Hugo Martin, creative director on Doom Eternal.
In 2016, we launched our reboot of Doom and have been blown away by your support and excitement for the game. Thank you. In fact, it's a combination of your passion and our team's love of making Doom that has motivated us to deliver even more.
So we're back to announce Doom Eternal. An awesome, awesome new sequel to Doom. For the past 2 years, it's been so inspiring to hear you guys talk about what you'd like to see next. And I gotta tell you, we're right there with you. Like, you want the Doomslayer to feel even more powerful? Well, we got it. You want even more badass demons? Well, there are twice as many in this game.
Give me those demons. I'll take them.
You want to see hell on earth?
Yeah, let's see some hell on earth.
Well, we just teased it.
Woo, that is
But
something.
what we're most excited about is to show you some of the things that you might not be expecting.
That's right, including a ton of features that we'll have to save for later because our team will be debuting Doom Eternal at QuakeCon this August. We'd love for you to join us live in Dallas, or of course you can tune in online to catch all the fun. But until then, we want to thank everyone who continues to play Doom.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Bellingham says, yeah, give me some Doom Marines. Never mess with a man in power armor and a double barrel shotgun. That did look pretty epic.
How's everybody feeling tonight? Pretty hype? Just like a little hype or like crazy hype right now, right? Let's go.
Let's go, yeah.
Thanks. Hi.
You're welcome. Hey.
I'm Joshua Boyle, community manager for Quake Champions. Thank you very much. Ever since the first Quake title was released in 1996, our games have been shaped by you,
Where's
the
my scotch?
players.
I gotta get my scotch.
Now, that proud tradition continues with Quake Champions, which has evolved with community in mind and will always be the fastest and most fun multiplayer shooter, period. And that's not the only tradition that Quake's continuing. These days, we're hearing a lot of talk about esports, but Quake has been there from the very beginning. In fact, we started hosting competitions at QuakeCon over 20 years ago.
Hey, thanks for sponsoring.
Let's hear it for QuakeCon.
DaveUD203.
And this year, we'll expand on our legacy as the original esport with everything from intense grassroots competitions to major tournaments at QuakeCon and DreamHack Winter. We've been doing this for a long time, and we're continuing to build with more competitions for more players than ever before.
Exciting. That's great.
But I gotta tell you guys, we can't stop, won't stop until we've delivered a game that's fun for everyone. whether you're a Quake dad or a brand new baby to the arena. That's why we just added a bunch of new features to make it even easier for you and your friends to jump in and get good together. We're still in early access, but tonight we want to welcome all of you into the arena.
Anyone else getting the impression that he's reading a script that he didn't
For this
write?
week only, we're opening up Quake Champions to everyone through a trial of our free-to-play version before it even launches.
It's tough. It's tough public
if you
speaking.
get in and download this week, you can
No
stay
hate.
and keep playing Quake Champions for free even after the trial closes. So head to Quake.com and start playing with me and all of my Quake family tonight.
Okay.
Don't miss your chance to join one of the most passionate and welcoming communities in gaming. Now, for a taste of what you'll be playing tonight after our showcase is over, check out our new trailer for Quake Champions.
All right, let's see it. Crisper says, Oxhorn, you're one of the most interesting YouTubers who delves into the lore and the moral aspects of the Fallout universe. Keep up the great work. Thank you very much, Crisper.
You look tasty. We'll find out how tasty soon.
Lizard Man.
The bigger the guns, the bigger the boom.
That's cool.
I'm gonna flip you like a table.
That made me feel awkward. Fallon says, I keep trying to skip ahead, but I forget this is live. I know. It's all right, guys. You know, this is an event, okay? We're all experiencing something together that will never happen again. So sit back and enjoy this time. Celebrate gaming at E3, Bethesda, and then we'll get our taste of Fallout eventually. All right, what's this?
Hello E3 from all of us at Arcane Studios here in Austin, Texas. It's been 1 year since we launched Prey, and we want to send a big thanks to our incredible fan base for your support.
We've been so inspired by your passion and enthusiasm, and as a way of showing our appreciation, we're rolling out a huge free update for Prey tonight.
The next time you fire up Prey, you're going to see 3 new modes: Story Mode, New Game Plus,
which was a big fan request,
and Survival Mode, which should be an interesting challenge for our most hardcore fans.
I haven't
but that's
played
just the
Prey,
beginning.
but I have
We're
to
really
admit,
excited to tell everyone that we've also been working on a new Prey DLC, an infinitely replayable experience called Moon Crash.
It's a new twist on Prey where the enemies, hazards, and loot are all different each time you play.
We're so excited. We can't wait to what?
I don't know. I'm intrigued by Prey. Would you guys like to see me play Prey on the channel?
You're here, the harder things are going to get for you. Let's get to work.
I've never played it, but it does look interesting to me.
Let's get to work. Let's get to work.
I'm getting a lot of yeses, a few no's. Yes, yes, no, no. Yes, 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 no. Yes. split community on this one.
Electrical damage detected. Warning. Lethal radiation levels detected.
All right. The S's are overwhelming. What was with the Windex?
Let's get to work.
I mean, that looks really cool.
All right, before we begin, yes, Mom, I'm still alive. No, I'm not a mimic.
Hang on. There. I just want to make sure nobody tries to smack you because I saw Pete Hines with a wrench backstage a second ago.
Thank you, Ricardo. That's very sweet of you. So, like all arcade games, Prey is about playing your own way, and Moon Crash is no exception.
So you just saw a lot of cool stuff that's available tonight, but we're not done yet. We have one more surprise coming later this summer called Typhon Hunter.
Typhon Hunter is a lethal game of hide and seek, where one player goes head-to-head against 5 other players who get to be mimics.
And just like in Prey, the mimic players can disguise themselves as everyday objects. So, you know, things like a chair, a coffee mug,
This chat is great. You guys are
space
killing me.
banana, whatever works. But definitely not a coworker, right, Susan?
Absolutely not. Probably not.
No!
Anyway, Typhon Hunter is a tense multiplayer mode that requires teamwork and improvisation and a very high tolerance for jump scares.
Before we go, I just want to say thanks on behalf of the whole team at Arcane Studios to all of our fans around the world who have played Prey and love it. We made this game for you, and we are constantly inspired by your creativity and enthusiasm.
Thank you so much, everyone.
East Shore says, I've been listening to you a while on my way home. I'm keeping my eyes on the road, but you are awesome. And what did you think of Microsoft's E3 presentation? Well, thank you very much. I have to admit, I didn't watch a lot of it. I just watched Todd Howard.
Gustafsson.
So I honestly don't know what they announced. Fallout's the only game I play, really. So I'm not into the whole gaming scene.
Hello, friends. I'm Jens Mattis, the creative director at Machine Games.
And I'm Jerk Gustafsson, executive producer at Machine Games.
Last year, millions of you took to the streets and sparked a revolution in Wolfenstein 2, The New Colossus. As BJ Blazkowicz, you rallied the American resistance, and you beat the living fuck out of those Nazis.
Thank you for embracing our game. We were honored to win Best Action Game at the Game Awards last December. And we are excited to bring Wolfenstein 2 to Nintendo Switch on June 29th, so you can fight the Nazis on the go.
Fighting Nazis? Hard to get better than that.
And the Wolfenstein revolution continues with our next project, which leaps ahead in time to tell the tale of BJ's twin daughters. Set in the 1980s in Paris, Wolfenstein Youngblood pushes the story forward.
More story. Hey, was that Eleonora?
And because this game features BJ's twin daughters, Wolfenstein Youngblood will be a co-op experience.
Yeah.
So while you can play it
Vault
solo,
boy.
you can also join with a friend to save the world together. The resistance is counting on you.
All right, Hollybos, let's check it out.
All right, let's see what Youngblood is all about.
Listen, children. I've been fighting all my life for this world. It never ends. They're gonna send everything they have at you. To survive, you have to embrace the suffering. To stand up and carry it. It's not about the pain you can deal. It's about how much you can take.
It's do or die, sis. Just like Papa taught us.
Just like Papa taught us. What was that? That wasn't me. Okay, what's next?
Hi.
Oh, Pete. Hey, Pete.
At Bethesda, we're proud of our history of innovation, and that includes breakthrough VR technology that we revealed at E3 2012. Since then, we've delivered some of the very best VR experiences in gaming, from Doom to Fallout 4 to Skyrim, and we're not done. Two of the franchises that we just heard about are going to also offer VR experiences. So, when Prey's Typhon Hunter is released later this summer, you'll be able to experience the competitive mode that Susan and Ricardo were just talking about in virtual reality. And it will also include a single-player experience that puts you in the boots of TranStar employees working to solve puzzles aboard the Talos 1 space station. I'm also excited to announce a new Wolfenstein VR game. It's called Wolfenstein Cyberpilot, in which you play a hacker who can take over Nazi robots and turn these war machines against their masters. In our ever-ending quest to bring the message of fuck Nazis to every platform possible.
All right, yeah, that's pretty great. Woo-hoo! No love for Nazis in this audience, right? He knew that was going to be a crowd pleaser.
Both the Prey and Wolfenstein VR experiences are playable this week at our booth at E3, so please stop by and give them a try. Now, we are really excited about everything that we've shown here tonight, but I know there are a lot of you who are really here or really wondering about Fallout 76.
Yes, please. Yes, please. Listen to that crowd.
And I'm pleased to tell you that your wait is finally over. Ladies and gentlemen, he is the recipient of numerous Lifetime Achievement and Hall of Fame awards. He's the game director at a studio that has won a bevy of accolades and awards.
All right.
And he's here tonight to tell us what he and his team have been taking so damn long to tell us all about. Will you please welcome my very good friend, Mr. Todd Howard.
Hey, it's Todd. Drum roll. Look at him walking in like a WWF superstar. Someone should throw a chair.
We're all here. Looking good.
Thank you, Todd.
Oh, it's great to be back at E3. Thank you so much. I could not be more excited to be here. I want to thank all our fans who came out tonight. And the millions of you watching online. We can't thank you enough.
That's us.
This is actually my 25th year at Bethesda. And I have seen...
That is some impressive dedication.
I have seen a lot of cool things in that time. I gotta say, tonight is definitely one of them. I got to go to the very first E3 right here in Los Angeles. I know, they're so cute when they're little. They're full of energy and life. And then, remember when little E3 ran away from home, went to Atlanta? Yes, a lot of you didn't come. I liked Atlanta, or East Coast. And then E3 went through the moody teen years and came back and locked itself in its room. Remember, it was in the convention center, but just in the meeting rooms. They didn't invite anybody. Wow. And I can remember literally walking between the halls and seeing nobody. I was like, this is how a zombie movie starts. And now E3 has grown up, it's in its 20s, it's more confident, can handle its alcohol better, like all of you. Thank you.
NCR!
So there's a good party after this, so pace yourselves. And I hope you're comfortable, by the way. I'm going to be here for a while.
More to come? Okay.
And E3 has become such an incredible week of entertainment, but we know that most of you came here for one thing. Todd Howard! Thank you.
They love him. Look at his face.
I think it's to see where we're putting Skyrim next. Well, I think we have the best one yet.
The Elder Scrolls speak of the past and the future. Now, Skyrim looks to the future, to its ultimate version.
Alexa, play Skyrim.
You're level 57 and see a tall snowy mountain.
Climb it.
Now, Skyrim and life become one.
A mud crab scuttles towards you.
Fusroda!
I didn't catch that.
Fusroda!
I didn't quite catch that.
Fusroda!
Your shout echoes all the way to Sovngarde.
What happened?
Fusroda. That's the command for knocking things over.
Is there a command for picking shit up?
Haven't reached that level yet.
I'm sworn to carry your burdens.
Ooh.
The dragon unleashes fire breath on you.
Okay.
You have 7% health left.
Oh, shit.
I want to play
I drink
this.
a health potion.
You are out of health potions.
How many wheels of cheese do I have left?
473.
Okay, I eat all the cheese. I eat all of the cheese. All of it.
Hey, hun. Remember what the doctor said about dairy?
Yes. Right, yes, of course.
Oh, poor
You're the greatest. Thank you so much. I ate all of the cheese.
Introducing Skyrim, very special edition. Also coming soon to Etch-a-Sketch.
Oh, no!
Motorola Pagers.
Oh, shit.
And your Samsung Smart Refrigerator.
Oh, that's cool.
You gotta hand it to them. That was brilliant. That was brilliant. I love that.
Had to do it. Had to do it. Okay, really. We both know why you're here, and that's to talk about the next
Skyrim
Fallout.
fans are so... Elder Scrolls fans must be really upset right now.
Fallout 76 is a prequel to all the other games, and it's our biggest one yet.
All right, let's get
It is
get to work
4
here.
times the size of Fallout 4.
Wow, how are they going to do that?
Set in the hills of West Virginia, you are one of the first to emerge into an untamed and very different wasteland.
Okay, it's the trailer we saw at Microsoft. Morgantown, West Virginia, says Babcombe, home of the university, had a pod-type people mover transporter system. Oh, that's what we saw with the big circle. Also, don't forget, West Virginia is honeycombed with coal mines where survivors could shelter. Now that's cool. Like mini vaults, a whole bunch of coal mines. All right, well, we get to watch the gameplay trailer again.
3,
300 years after our great nation began, we gathered together to honor the completion of Vault 76. This sprawling underground shelter may have been engineered by
Love the
Vault
music.
Tech, but it was built by you. So that if the bombs do come, our way of life
I would play
will
I would
endure.
play Skyrim on Alexa. That would rock.
West Virginia.
My cigar is out.
Blue Ridge Mountains, Shenandoah River. Life is all there, older than the trees, younger than the mountains, blowing like the breeze. Country roads, take me home.
Everybody.
I belong, West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home. Country roads, take me home.
For when the fighting is stopped and the fallout has settled, you must rebuild. Not just walls, not just buildings, but hearts and minds, and ultimately, America itself.
Country roads, take me home. Take me home.
So great.
In Vault 76, our future begins.
Ron Perlman is so amazing. I'm so glad to hear his voice in this.
Vault 76, one of the very first vaults to open, was built to celebrate America's tercentenary, which is an awesome word, by the way. That's
like
your
saying
word of
it.
the night, tercentenary.
Tercentenary.
You are one of the very special few selected to be an occupant and spend 25 years underground waiting for Reclamation Day, the day the vault opens.
Good morning, Vault 76. This is the Overseer. I hope you all enjoyed the party last night, even those who may have overindulged and overslept. But it's time to get up and get out there. We've been locked away long enough.
Oh, sick. I want one.
Today is Reclamation Day.
Where is everybody?
Oh, finally! I feared you'd never wake up. Don't you remember? Time to leave the vault. Most of the others have already gone.
It may be time to leave, but I'll never forget the day you all entered Vault 76. You come from every walk of life, every race, color, and creed. But you all share one very important trait. You are this country's best and brightest. But more importantly, you'll always be my family.
Goodbye. Aloha. Ciao.
I love a good control vault.
Au revoir. Auf Wiedersehen.
That's it.
We always start with the world, and this time it features all new rendering, lighting, and landscape technology. It allows us to have 16 times the detail and even view distant weather systems across the map. Now, most people don't know West Virginia that well. It is an incredible array of natural wonders, towns, and government secrets. This is where the actual nuclear secrets are. And the quest the Overseer sends you on will take you through 6 distinct regions, each with their own style, risks, and rewards. There's plenty of cool new Fallout creatures, and we even use the folklore of West Virginia to bring our Fallout versions to life.
Yes! Tales from West Virginia.
We have always wanted to tell that story of what it will be like for you and the other characters who were first to leave the vaults. But there is one big difference with this game. It's that each of those characters is a real person. Because yes, Fallout 76 is entirely online. Okay. I know, there's a lot. You have like 1,000 questions right now.
Yep.
So I'm going to go through them in order.
Okay.
Now, I'll hit a couple of the big ones.
Thank you.
First, of course, you can play this solo. All right?
Thank you.
You'll be who you want, exploring a huge world, doing quests, experiencing a story, and leveling up. We love those things about our games, too. It would not have it any other way.
Okay.
But also, like many of you, we have always wanted to see what our style of game could be with multiplayer. So many of us talk about experiences in our games, but we've never experienced them together. So about 4 years ago, we hit upon an idea that is perfect for Fallout. Open world, survival, every person and character is real. And it was an idea that we just couldn't shake. We knew we had to do it and do it in a really big way. Now, I know you may have played survival modes in like some of our previous games or some other online games, and people wonder, is this hardcore survival? I like to think of it maybe, it's more softcore survival.
Okay. And that means...
Maybe that should be a new ESRB descriptor.
Okay.
Death never means the loss of progression or the loss of your character. Your character isn't tied to one server. As a matter of fact, you'll never even see a server when you play. You'll be in a world with dozens, not hundreds and not thousands of other players. It's the apocalypse. It's not an amusement park, okay? And you'll be able to join your friends whenever you want, and all of your progression goes with you. When we think about games, we think about worlds and the choices that you can make, the stories that you create and tell yourself. By creating a wide open world with very few rules, we have a game more than any game that we've ever done where the choices are yours, where you'll decide what happens. You'll decide the heroes and you'll decide the villains. Look, this is a whole new world for all of us here. And fortunately, our friends at Vault-Tec have made a series of informational videos for when all of us emerge together.
All right, let's see them. That's great.
As you venture out into this new American frontier, some of your fellow survivors may not be neighborly.
What is that gun? What is that? Ooh. Is that a flintlock? Oh!
Chin up there, sport. Not all Vault 76 dwellers will be so hostile. Find them and brave the new world together. Whether you choose to explore the wasteland alone or with friends, your days will be filled with fun activities.
Run like a rabbit, fly like a bee. No matter what you do, you'll never get away from me because I'm right behind you, baby. Right behind you, baby. Oh, I'm right behind you, baby, and you'll never get away from me. Well, you can make up your face, now your hair. No matter what you do, turn around and drop it down because I'm right behind you, baby. Right behind you, baby. Yeah, right behind you, baby, and you never gonna get away. Well, I'm right behind you, baby, and you never gonna get away. Let's go now. Well, I'm right behind you, and you never gonna get away.
Like previous Fallouts, you can play this game solo in Quest. But the easiest way to survive in the Wasteland is to team up and build together. And in this one, you can build wherever you want. And you can also then move that to wherever you want.
Okay.
After thermonuclear war, man's towering industrial marvels may no longer stretch to the heavens. What separates man from beast? It is his desire to build. Get started with camps. The construction and assembly mobile platform.
Oh, look at that.
Construct your home of the future. With your home secure, you can now craft handmade ordnance at your leisure to give your altercations that personal touch. It falls on you and the ingenuity of your fellows to rebuild the America we hold dear.
Porta potty?
But don't become too attached too quickly. Monitor your environment for anything out of the ordinary.
Woo! Liberator Mark II?
The home of tomorrow may
Bat.
undergo certain
It's a
challenges.
Sports beast.
After a crisis, work with your neighbors to ensure success. There's no I in nuclear wasteland. Document your adventures. Your memories will shape the new American dream. What's that sound? Oh dear. There goes the neighborhood.
Yeah, we love dynamic game systems. So we thought, why don't we put multiple nuclear missile sites on the map?
Because why not?
And then let all of you do whatever you want with them.
Today's episode, Atomics for Peace. When you emerge from the comfort and safety of your vault, the world you know will have changed. Take your friendly old neighbor, Johnny. Rather than coming over to borrow a cup of sugar, he may now be coming over for murder. The time has come to seek out greater means of protection. Nuclear armaments. That's right. Courtesy of your Uncle
XO1.
Sam,
What is
these
that?
wonders
What
of
is
the
that
atomic
on the far
age
left?
can be found right in your own backyard. But
A
how
new
does
type
a
of
fellow
power
like
armor?
you acquire nuclear weapons, you may ask? Begin by inquiring with the locals. Gently coax them into cooperation. Use a little elbow grease if you have to. In the likely event you don't acquire a full code on your own, do not give up. Search for others who might be harboring a grudge. You'll have that nuclear launch code in no time. With the power of the atom at your fingertips, be responsible and consider your target carefully.
Attention. Launch sequence activated.
Will your bomb land on a rival camp of degenerates? A random stranger? The local wildlife? Whatever your target may be, take advantage of the resulting fallout to gather rare and valuable resources.
Death clause. Death clause confirmed.
Yet these rewards don't come without risk. The fate of this new world is yours to command with the power of the atom.
We know you've played a lot of our games and a lot of online games, but this one really is unique. We have built a platform, 100% dedicated servers that will support this game now and for years to come. And look, we know this is new for all of you. It's new for us. It's a little bit scary.
Yeah, a little
bit.
bit.
To that end, we're going to need your help. Because yes, we are going to have a beta. And it is sponsored by our friends at Vault-Tec as well, the Break It Early test application. Because evidently, these online games are hard. They can have some nasty issues. I read on the internet that our games have had a few bugs. I did. I read it on the internet, so it's true. And that sometimes it doesn't just work. Anyway, we know together that we are going to build something really special. And we also know that all of you love our special editions. And we have an awesome collector's edition for you.
Okay.
It starts with a map of the world that glows in the fucking dark. And it's great. It's so cool. It comes with figures you can put on the map. And it also comes with a Fallout collectible that really I've always wanted, so we made them for everybody to buy, and here it is.
Are those the little army men?
Straighten up and fly right. Straighten up and fly right. Straighten up and fly right. Cool down, Papa, don't you blow your top. Ain't no use in diving. What's the use of diving? Cool down, Papa, don't you blow your top.
Sweet. I'll take that.
Yes, all of this, the Fallout 76 Power Armor Edition. So you're probably wondering, when is this game coming out? We're excited to say that it's coming out this year, November 14th.
Holy cow!
Thanks again for all your support of Fallout. It's been 10 years since Fallout 3, our very first one. And it's been an incredible journey with all of you. We do have another Fallout anniversary that we are celebrating here at E3. It is the 3-year anniversary of Fallout Shelter, which we announced and released right here at E3. And we have some cool surprises for you. Fallout Shelter is coming to the PlayStation 4. And because that guy said it, it's also coming to the Nintendo Switch. You can play it with the Joy-Cons or touch controls. And yes, it's still free. And excited to say these versions are coming out tonight. Again, thank you so much for your support of all that we do coming here tonight. When we see how many of you our games have touched, it's incredibly special.
Wow.
Especially Fallout Shelter. That game has been played by over 120 million people. Incredible.
November.
That is more people
November 17th.
than every game that we have made combined. Incredible. It does kind of make you stop and realize that our games can have new lives on any type of device or system. And you know, when we looked at the iPhone 11 years ago, we had a few ideas for mobile games. Fallout Shelter was one of them. And we did have another one that was far, far more ambitious. And we've been building it.
Okay.
And it's in the other franchise that you love from us.
Elder Scrolls fans?
It is called The Elder Scrolls Blades.
I'm happy for you.
Like Fallout Shelter, we wanted an experience that we were not finding anywhere else. Here it is. Blades, at its heart, is a pure Elder Scrolls game. A massive first-person RPG with console-quality graphics, but with a uniquely mobile experience. Believe me when I say you have to see this running on an iPhone X. This gigantic screen does not do it justice. You can tap to move or use dual sticks. Combat is all new, and it follows your specific movements and timings. Harkening back to the first Elder Scrolls Arena, this game features both handcrafted and procedurally generated dungeons. And it's not just melee. You have a range of abilities and spells you can use. And of course, you can create your own character and be who you want to be.
Procedurally
Improving them,
generated.
leveling up, picking new abilities. And the entire game can be played in portrait mode.
Someone shouted
That
thank
one
you.
was incredibly important to us, that you could play it however you wanted. You never know when you'll need a free hand. To hold your coffee, what do you...
What?
Degenerates.
What was this?
And it's not just dungeons. It's incredible outdoor areas.
Oh.
Yes, running on a phone. It really looks and plays incredible.
All right, I'm over it. I'm over it.
Blaze has several modes of play. First, the Abyss, a roguelike experience where you can see how far you can go in an endless dungeon. And the Arena, where you will do battle
November 14th.
one-on-one
Okay.
against other players.
Thank you, Micah.
And the main mode, the Town. This is the hub for your story and quests. You are a member of the Blades, the Empire's top agents. Forced into exile, you return home to find your town destroyed and need to rebuild it. Yes, Blades also features a town building mode. You'll decide what your town looks like and be able to upgrade and decorate all of the individual elements in it. As your town levels up, you'll unlock new NPCs, quests, and more. You can even visit your friends' towns. This is an Elder Scrolls game that you can play however and wherever you want. And we are going to bring Blades to every device and system we can. Phones, PCs, consoles, also virtual reality, on mobile, all the way up to high-end VR on PCs. And what's really cool is all of those
On PCs.
connect to each other. So one of my dreams is we'll go back to that portrait mode, which I like to call meeting mode. Because if you're in a meeting on your playing a game, in portrait mode, no one knows you're playing a game.
Get people in trouble that way.
And so with Blades, you could be in a meeting playing Blades against someone at home in VR. Blades is coming this fall for free.
Can't be free. But they got to make their money some way.
And you can pre-order it tonight on both the Apple App Store and the Google Play Store. Also, this week, go to playblades.com and register for early access. If you're here at E3, Blades is going to be playable in our booth. So please, come by and check it out. You really need to see it running on the phone. We'd love to see you. Please come by. I just want to thank you all again, all of our fans here, everybody watching online, for all of your support over the years. It is so exciting to show you all that we have coming out this year, and it is an honor and a blessing to represent all of the incredible people at Bethesda Game Studios. We have 3 offices now in Maryland, Montreal, and Austin. There's a lot of them here tonight. I want them to hear your appreciation for their work. Thank you. Just the best team and group of people I could ever hope for. Amazing. We also thought, since we're all here together tonight and it's so special, maybe we do something a little different too.
Okay, what you got?
And tell you what we have coming beyond this year in the future. We have also been working on a brand new next generation single player game. But this one
Starfield,
is in an all-new epic franchise. Our first wholly original franchise in 25 years.
Whoa, okay. He's getting us amped up. What is it? We're ready.
We're excited to announce our next adventure.
Which is? I love this. Space, the final frontier. Oh, Starfield! Oh, that's all we get? Oh, that's all we got. We didn't get much. We saw a planet and a satellite.
Starfield is a game that we have spent years thinking about and working on. Something we feel uniquely positioned to pull off and that we're incredibly excited about. But we're also building toward the game after that.
Oh my, they're busy.
And it's the one you keep asking about.
Oh. Oh! Oh, you guys. I'm so happy for my ESO friends. Or my Elder Scrolls friends. You've been waiting for it, you deserve it. Right? Hey! Oh, but that's it? Oh, come on! Oh, hey, oh. Look at all these happy people.
Okay, actually, now I'm really done. I just want to thank you all for your time tonight, the time you've spent in our worlds. We'll see you out there.
Can I get another round of applause, please?
Where do I begin? My goodness.
Another round of applause, please, for Todd Howard. We only get him up here like once every 3 E3s, but boy, when he shows up, he brings the goods. Thanks also to all of our studios and teams around the world who are so dedicated to giving our fans the very best games. If you're a gamer on any platform of any kind, we think we've got something for you. And I hope you're as excited about what you've seen tonight as we are, whether it's a new Fallout game, a new Elder Scrolls game from Bethesda Game Studios that you can play on your phone for free, Rage 2, Doom Eternal, and so much more. We're really excited. Now, remember, if you want to be one of the first to play Elder Scrolls Blades or join the Fallout 76 beta, you need to go to Bethesda.net and register. It's easy and it's free. For all of you here with us tonight, thank you so much for joining. The party is going to continue afterwards. For everyone else around the world, thank you so much for joining us. Everyone have a good night and a great E3.
Hey. Well, we made it through. And looks like they're doing a bunch of stock footage after that. Okay, wow. A whole lot to process there. Thank you all for joining me. So, okay, let's mull over a little bit of what we've learned today. Contrary to what I was hoping, and contrary to what many predicted, Fallout 76 is going to be a wholly multiplayer game. Now, he did say if we want to play single player, we can. He did not say if we want to play offline, we can. Which makes me believe that to play this game is going to require a dedicated internet connection, and we will have to log into a world. The big difference is that we can have that be a single player world. With that comes restrictions. And I'm just speculating now, so nothing I'm saying now is exactly what we've been told, so just speculate with me. If we have to log into a server, a dedicated server, if we have to log into an online world to play our single-player game, I don't see a life for mods in that. So, again, he didn't say anything about mods. He didn't. He just didn't bring it up. So we ultimately don't know. But just thinking about how that would work, I don't know how we're going to be able to get mods in an online game. Which makes many of the rumors we've heard true. So I've got egg on my face there. I've been saying up until this point that we need to, rein in our expectations, don't believe all of the rumors we hear online. And I still believe that we shouldn't believe all the rumors we hear online. But I don't see a life for mods in Fallout 76. But I hope I'm proven wrong, and I could be proven wrong. And he never specified, so we don't know for sure. Then he mentioned that the Overseer is going to be giving us a quest when we leave the vault. And that quest is going to take us to 6 different places. That's incredibly specific. And it makes me worry a little bit. I'm just airing some of my laundry here. It makes me worry that that's it. I mean, if he takes the time to say you've got an overseer who gives you a quest, and that singular quest, is going to take you to 6 places, then I worry that that's it for single-player content. That even if we wanted to play the game as a single-player experience, then we finish that one quest, we visit those 6 places, and then we're done. The rest is all multiplayer online experiences. Now, if that were true, I would be sad. But we ultimately don't know. I want to make sure I emphasize that because he could surprise us all. They could surprise us all, and maybe there's a very rich world of single-player stuff to discover if we choose to play single-player. Now, that said, tackling multiplayer on its own, look, for the longest time, I know many people have come to my channel and left comments saying, Oxhorn, would you play a multiplayer version of Fallout? Oxhorn, is there a way to make a multiplayer version of Fallout? We would love to see a multiplayer version of Fallout. So there's a market there. There are people who want to play a multiplayer version of Fallout. And I am intrigued by it. I really am. When Fallout 76 comes out, I'm going to buy it. I'm going to play it. I'm going to stream it. I'll probably be producing content. Very likely, I will be producing content. So I am excited about it. Rainblaze says mods online is possible. Payday 2 did it. Well, great. I mean, that's great to hear. So I'm not saying it's going to be impossible. I don't know how it's going to work, but that's just my ignorance. And who knows what they have in store. Maybe there will be mods for a multiplayer game. And if so, that's great. I know that Bethesda really cherishes their modding community, and I don't think that they would do. I don't think they would do something to push that community away. So if I think they're going to be smart about it, I think they're going to embrace the modding community. That's what my hope is. Sly Wolf says he mentioned something about mods before he showed the trailer earlier at the Xbox conference, and he says that he looked kind of smug. All right, well, let's not interpret too much from a smugness, but if he did mention mods, then great. I hope that that's good news, you know, especially for the console gamers who have a hard time getting mods. Rusky says usually to use mods, you have to host your own server. Skylore says, Ree, you're an amazing guy. Ree. Thank you. Carlton says, I am excited about the Elder Scrolls 6, but I am worried about Fallout 76 modding in particular. I have the same worry, but, you know, let's keep an open mind. We can hope for the best. Otterman says, it could be like Grand Theft Auto 5. You can install mods, but you can't play multiplayer mode with the mods installed. That's definitely a way that they could do it. And that would certainly lend to a single-player gaming environment and mods. Great. A lot of you are chiming in saying that mods do exist in some multiplayer games, so don't give up hope. That's great. Thank you so much. You're making me feel better about it. Thank you, Mel Skunk. I do appreciate it. East Shore says, what about story? What about lore? What about mods? At this point, I hope Obsidian buys the IP in the future. You know, Obsidian is a very different company today than it was when it created Fallout New Vegas. Colin says, we just watched the death of Fallout live on air. Now, calm down, my friends. Calm down. Let us not be hasty. First of all, just because a game, as it's announced, isn't the game we want to play, doesn't necessarily mean that it's not a game others want to play. So we have to respect other players to realize that there are a whole lot of us playing these games, and what we might not personally like might still appeal to a wider audience. So we don't want to disrespect them. This may please quite a few people. And, you know, let's encourage them. Let's cheer them on. Let's congratulate them for a gaming experience that they're really going to enjoy. It also doesn't mean the death of the single-player game for the Fallout franchise, because there is possibly a Fallout 5 in the future. We don't know about it. They haven't announced anything, but they just announced an Elder Scrolls 6 at the same time that they announced a multiplayer version of Fallout, which makes me think that it's likely that they'll be planning other single-player games in the future. So let's not get too cynical. There's no need to be too cynical. We can still hope for the best. Commander with a wonderful tip says, what's Fallout? I don't know if you want me to answer that, but thank you much for the tip. Uncle says Ox is worried. I'm a little bit worried, but you know what? I choose to be hopeful. I choose to be hopeful. Love your vids, says the Flare Fox. Thank you very much. Wellingham says space is huge. So huge, in fact, that if you were to lose your car keys in it, you'd never find them again. I mean, that's an accurate statement. Thank you. Voltac says, I'm disappointed. Blades looks better than Fallout 76. I mean, I disagree. I've never been a big Elder Scrolls fan. I did play through it once on my channel. You can watch my live streams of it. But when I enjoyed playing it, but it didn't capture my imagination as much as the Fallout franchise did, which is why I'm doing content about Fallout for my channel. So what I saw of Fallout 76 did really thrill me. I loved a lot of what I saw, the architecture, the huge expansive world. I may want to get one of those ultra-wide monitors just so that I can play Fallout on those ultra-wide monitors. The world looks amazing. The creatures looked great. The guns looked wonderful. So it didn't disappoint me. I'm a little worried, but it didn't disappoint me. There's still a lot about it that I'm encouraged by. Gureg says, so it's an optional single player in a shared world. Yeah, I believe that's what we've been told. So I think that's what we should expect. Techno Squid says, many concerns about 76 still, but nonetheless, I'm intrigued. I have a feeling mods are going to be an issue. I hope they haven't neglected single player. I think you share many of the same concerns we all do. Playing with you on live stream could be a reward for sponsors. Maybe. I don't know if I'll be doing a lot. Well, who knows? You know, I don't know how I'm going to tackle Fallout 76 when it comes out. I'm going to sign up for the beta. Hopefully I'll get in. But if I get into beta, I'll have a lot of live streams for you. Captain Derp says, I hope the devs learned from SimCity in terms of an online disaster. There's a lot of cynicism in the chat, and I understand it, and I appreciate it. But again, let's not lose hope unnecessarily. Star says, am I the only Fallout fan excited for Fallout 76? No, I'm really excited about it myself. Lar Menitor says, the way it was presented, I'm hyped. I personally don't care about mods. I just don't want to be playing and then get killed by some random other player. Yeah. Yeah, me neither. I don't want that either. What about the Mysterious Stranger? Yeah, how's the Mysterious Stranger going to work? In a multiplayer game when you're playing against other players, can you get the Mysterious Stranger perk? What if you both have it and he shows up at the same time in the same battle? Oh, that would be interesting. Colorful says, is Bethesda ignoring how much we didn't like the Elder Scrolls Online? I mean, if you paid attention to the stream, Elder Scrolls Online is the highest rated MMO for the past multiple years. It has a huge player base. It's not my personal cup of tea, but just because we don't like the Elder Scrolls Online, or just because we're not fans of that particular game, doesn't mean there aren't hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people who would be interested. So, you know, we can't hope for just ourselves. Let's hope for the pleasure of other gamers as well. Diego says, I wonder how VATS will end up working since it's such a big part of the game. Like, do you have to be online to play? I don't quite understand. Yeah, that's a great question. How will they work VATS? Because if you use VATS, it kind of slows time a bit, but it won't slow time for the other player, will it? If it did, that would be a catastrophe. You're walking around the world, then someone near to you turns on VATS and you're suddenly really slow. That would be a nightmare. I'm sure they're going to find some way to get around that. We'll see. Sierra says, did you notice the super mutants in the trailer? I wonder how they're going to incorporate them without breaking the lore. I didn't notice the super mutants, but I'll take your word for it. As many of the viewers have told me in previous live streams, just because there's going to be a super mutant doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to break the lore. After all, Vault 86 was completely untied to the Master, had no influence from the Master, and yet super mutants still rose around. Basically, where there's FEV, there will be super mutants. I think there will be plenty of ways for them to explain the existence of super mutants. Jay says, Ox, I think that Fallout 76 will not have a traditional main campaign, but I think that you'll be able to still find terminals and other lore. We'll just have to wait until Fallout 5 for the traditional campaign. Yeah, I think you're on the right track there. I think Fallout 5, if and when it ever gets announced and ever comes out, will be the single-player experience that we're all used to, that we all crave, but that Fallout 76 doesn't necessarily mean that just because it's online, we're not going to have a lot of wonderful quests and stuff to explore. It very well could be that we can find all sorts of interesting dungeons around the world with wonderful lore that many people could explore together, or we could explore in a single-player environment. So we can hope for that. Monster Man says that bat was like a dragon, a little bit. I thought it was a bat. I didn't think it was a moth guy. Ashley says, do you think there will be NPCs? They said everyone will be a real person. I noticed that, and I wonder how they're going to do that. I mean, maybe he said that rhetorically, because he really wanted to emphasize how cool it's going to be to see a bunch of real people. And who knows, maybe there will be NPCs. What about the Overseer? We know the Overseer isn't a real person. The person giving us quests, the Overseers of the Overseer of Vault 76 has to be an NPC. Will we meet her? That's the big question. Yeah, I don't know how they're going to do that. But based on what he said, it does give us the impression that there will not be NPCs. Jack says, I have yet to play a Fallout game. I'm going to buy 4 when I get back home from vacation. Do you think I should wait and buy 76 or get the Fallout 4 experience? Well, I mean, you know what I'll say. I'll say get the Fallout 4 experience. I love all of the previous Fallouts, 3, New Vegas, and 4, the ones that I've played. And I think 4 is going to be more compatible with modern hardware. You're going to have an easier time playing it. And it's a great game. I love Fallout 4. So maybe you could play Fallout 4 as a way to sort of, get yourself ready and ramped up for Fallout 76. Gerges says, how can I play my own game and do quests while there will be other players on the same map? The other players will influence my story. It means no real single player. Well, the way that I would imagine it, because he did say there will be single player. He made a point to say that. So we can either think that he's lying or choose to believe what he says. And I'm going to choose to believe what he says. So if he says that there is a single player option, then the way I'm thinking of it is when you buy the game and you install it and you join a server, you could choose to create a server that has only you on it. It's going to be harder, as he said, because it's a lot easier to explore with friends. I believe the game is probably designed for multiplayer exploration, which means a single player experience is going to be much harder to pull off. But it's still possible. Mikey says, longtime fan, love the vids, but my biggest question is regards to the map and with building. How will certain buildings stay once we build them? Well, there are plenty of online games where they have building. I believe Ark is one of them where you can build something in the online world and it stays there for other people to interact with. And I'm sure that that's going to be the same thing, especially if it's a dedicated server, then however you interact with the landscape will still be there in the perpetual dedicated server. Now, he did show that one little device. I don't remember what it was called. We can delve into that later. And it looks like that device is going to be the centerpiece of whatever settlement you build and tied to that device. So if you find a place that's a little bit better for your settlement, I'm thinking, and I don't know, but I'm thinking you just push a button on the device, it sucks everything up, or maybe makes a blueprint of it, and you can bring that device with you to another location and then set up your settlement that you've already built. Commander says, wow, Ox, you sure do make a lot of money from these super chat tips. Probably more than you get for making your incredible videos. I appreciate everybody and their wonderful tips. But trust me, the ad revenue I get from my videos is what keeps my channel alive. The tips are very welcome, though. Thank you so much. Sloosh says, if the world is 4 times as big, are you worried it will be 4 times as empty? P.S. Love all the content, Ox. Trying to keep an open mind. Yeah, the thing that made me the most nervous is when he was talking about Elder Scrolls Blades, and he mentioned that some of the dungeons were going to be procedurally generated. I personally dislike procedurally generated content. It just doesn't feel as interesting to me. Now, he didn't mention anything procedural about Fallout 76, so we have no reason to believe that anything will be procedurally generated. But you do raise a good point. If the map is 4 times as large as the map of Fallout 4, how are they going to populate that with all of the interesting handmade single-player content that we've come to expect? One answer is to procedurally generate some of it. I hope they don't do that. And I don't think they will, not with the Fallout franchise. I could be wrong, but I'm holding out hope that that's not the case. Bullet says, can you stroke your beard in silence for 20 seconds? I don't know, 20 seconds is a long time on the camera. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for sticking with me all this time. It's 8:16 as I make it, so we've been online for well over 2 hours now. Thank you so much for watching. We got it. We got all the news we wanted. It may not have been all the news we were hoping for, but it's certainly exciting. I, for one, am pretty thrilled about Fallout 76, and I can't wait to dive into the world and play it. We have a lot of questions. We're walking away with a lot of questions and a lot of anxiety. But a lot of hope and a lot of excitement. So it's just a mixed bag of emotions, and we're all going to be dealing with it for many, many weeks and months, really, until the game comes out. November 14th? Wow, how did they pull that off? That's great. I mean, it means that I've got a new game that I can create content for my channel this year, which is really exciting. Anyway, thank you all for your tips. Thank you for coming to the live stream. I'm thinking about putting together a video over everything we just covered. We'll see if I have time for that, because I do have a bunch of other content that I've been producing. But either way, I'm going to be working on a video for Tuesday. No video for Monday, because I usually take Sundays off. Not today, obviously. I'm pretty busy today. But yeah, I don't have a video for you tomorrow, but I do have a video that I'm working on for Tuesday, so stay tuned for that. Anyway, thank you all for coming to this live stream, and I'll see you all next Tuesday.